Hi there again, everybody. Welcome back to Prestige Auctions, all things auction, the podcast where me and Chris talk about everything that happened in the auction world this week, especially in Prestige Auctions in the auction room, and then we sort of diversify into other subjects. And that subject that we're chosen for this week, we told you about last week, is going to be children's television programmes of yesteryear. And of course, while we're talking of children's television programmes of yesteryear, we look at the first one here. Well, of course, our mate there,
Basil,
and then our new content of this one. Everyone was rightly guessing the other day that this is Bagpuss, loved by a girl called Emily. Do you remember that?
I remember, yeah.
Somebody actually pointed it out.
I forgot the name of the woodpecker because somebody got it right on
Professor Gravel, wasn't it? Or Gravel?
Yeah, it was an auction question, wasn't it, on last week?
Yeah. Professor something or other. Now, I seem to remember that there was another kids' TV show with a squirrel in it, but I don't know which one.
Yeah.
And clearly not this one, because the nice squirrels are the red ones, and this is a great one.
He was eating nuts.
So he's gone now. He can eat me crisps. They're down there. So anyway, you can see how this one's going to go today.
Yeah.
Just pointing out to everybody, it's Friday morning at Prestige. We've got a double viewing.
We're
under major pressure today to get everything done, and we've got to do a podcast in the middle of it, and it's going to be a lengthy one as well because there's all sorts going on. So anyway, last week's auction. It's a bit strange, I thought.
Yeah, I think it was.
A little bit odd, wasn't it, in terms of it wasn't busy, it wasn't quiet, and then at times it was really busy, and it was just a strange kind of day.
Yeah, we've had a couple now that have gone a little bit like that.
But I can't. Did anything stand out in last week's auction for you?
It was just average, a lot of average.
Did you buy much?
Record player. I got the Garrard turntable.
You did.
Yeah.
You did. Any good?
Yeah, it works.
Yeah, that's
a bonus.
It's always a bonus.
Got a leg snapped off it.
Because
But
the
anyway.
wire was cut at the back, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No,
No,
I think that would potentially put a few people off.
I reattached the leg.
Yeah.
A broken leg, but that's mended. Machinist chair.
It's funny actually, because I went to poker on Monday night, and the guy that I go with, he reattached his leg on Monday. He's not had his leg for a few weeks. This is a true story. Friend of ours, Woody, who goes to poker with us, that's his nickname, Woody. He lost his leg years ago, bless him, and for a few weeks now, probably the last few months, he's not had his leg on. And this week he turned up with his leg.
See, I'd be like that. I forget where things, I put things, or I'd go in my garage. And
What's that leg?
like come out, but I'd use it for a project. Like I'm desperate to finish a job off of it. Tell you what, I'll just use that. That'll get it done.
Oh dear me. Yeah. Anyway, so back to the legs.
Or I'd make it into a clock or something like that.
You would, yeah. I mean, we could make Woody's leg into a clock. That would be. I'll put it to him next Monday if he
It's a
turns
great
up.
pendulum, wasn't it?
Yeah. Big pendulum swinging a foot. Anyway, back to the auction.
Sorry, Woody.
Sorry, Woody. Yeah. I have no idea where we were. Oh yeah.
We're still on auctions.
I've got an apology to make to everybody. I didn't get a members only video out this week because of I said problem. We had problems. We just had so much on, and so I didn't get a members only video out this week. So I'm probably going to get you 2 out next week to make up for it because I didn't promise you 1 a week. So unless of course with something that happens today, I might just be able to get one out later on. I don't know. Everything's up in the air. It's just so busy.
We've got the special sale on behind here.
Yeah, literally behind this window here is the viewing for the specialist sale. People have been coming in for that one today already, and
still collecting stuff that they bought last week.
Yeah, there's still stuff. I mean, we had a few issues this week in and around the auction. One I'm not going to talk about just yet because I need to talk to the people about it.
Yeah.
But we will discuss that one at a later date and the reasons to why.
Yeah.
So there's one for you to think about, Bruce, because Bruce used to let me know.
It's another podcast, that one, isn't it?
Yeah, Bruce has a tendency to guess. When I give like little teasers out, Bruce has a tendency to kind of guess what we're talking about.
Right. I don't think he'll guess this one.
No, I don't.
In fact, it's a rarity, this one, isn't it?
Yeah. It can only happen when people don't know. But anyway, like I say, we haven't spoken to the people about it, so we'll cover that a different week. So we had the auction. Auction was okay. People have been a bit slow picking up again this week. People putting wrong numbers down again. All the usual week-to-week problems that you have as auctioneers. It can be an issue, but ultimately, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's just an above average amount of things to sort out this week, weren't there?
Yeah. So the auction has been, and of course we had the real problem on Monday, didn't we? The real problem with the auction was 4 vans not turning up. I think it was 5 people in total, and 4 of them were vans.
200 lots
easily.
Yeah.
And people don't get it. They just think this is what happens, and it's normally dealers or people with a large amount of stuff. They go, when can we get the stuff in? We get it in 2 weeks. Right, okay, I'll fix that date. They fix that date. 2 vans is a lot of space. This is just one person. 2 vans is a lot of space. And then it comes to the day, we're waiting for them, they don't turn up. And you already know what's happened. They've got rid of it elsewhere, they've been made an offer, they've put it somewhere else, but then they don't bother to ring you.
Yeah, we've allocated that space.
And ultimately, if you've sold it somewhere else, that's fine. We have no issue with that. It's the way it goes. But just tell us, make the phone call so we can book somebody else in. Not having 4 vans turn up, as it goes, we still ended up with 1,150 odd lots.
Yeah.
Which is great. We've got the alcohol this week and so on. But you just can't do that to people. It's just not right. Now,
we're trying to judge these bays out here, aren't we? We're trying to judge the storage and everything. So.
And we don't want to become that auction that has to start taking a deposit off people when they book stuff in. Because some do.
Yeah.
Some actually do. I've been to auctions in the past where they say, well, I mean, as it goes, it was the one where you take the stuff and sell it on the day, but you had to put a deposit on each box. And you got that back at the end of the day as long as you removed your not solds. Which we do something similar here at Prestige, where if people don't pick the not solds up, we have to dispose of it and then we deduct it from what they paid out. And you can't get paid out until you've put your not solds up, or we've disposed of them. And of course, the other thing we've done, I can't remember if I mentioned this last week, I probably did, about we've now had to put in a fee on reserves.
Right.
So if somebody puts a reserve of £10 on something, if you're sometimes I'll just turn around on the door if I'm there and go, not an issue.
Yeah.
It'll make a lot more than 10 quid and so on. But if somebody's putting a reserves on something that we're not sure is going to make, then it becomes a problem, because some people's expectations of what they think it's going to make in auction against the reality of what it's going to make in auction can be 2 totally different things. And the problem is that when you look at stuff like that, you think to yourself, well, I'm going to take up a lot of room in my auction room to allocate this space for you on something that's probably not going to sell. So
we just go through the motions without anything happening, don't you?
So we introduce a reserve fee, which a lot of auction rooms have done over the years, whereas if you put a reserve on something now, you pay your 10% seller's fee if it doesn't sell.
eBay's got the reserve fees on things like that.
Yeah, because again, eBay would have thought something similar. We don't want the site clogging up with loads of items that are not going to sell because the reserves are too high. Yeah. Try and listen to.
Am I green?
You're flashing red. Oh, why is Chris flashing red? Let's have a look.
Danger. Red light spells danger.
Oh, green again. So if Chris has sounded a bit dodgy all the way through so far,
it's not my accent.
then it's not his Yorkshire accent. It's actually that they might want working
Getting
properly.
turned off.
Yeah, that's the thing. I just happened to. It can only just happen because I just noticed it. So we've introduced the reserve fee just to safeguard ourselves and stop people putting silly reserves on stuff. See, another call that we get on a week-to-week basis, the amount of times I get calls, you've been out in the van on me, etc., etc., and you'll get, we had it this week, I've got a TV stand, a wall unit,
some brown wardrobes,
and a dark wood dining table and chairs. How much do you think I can get from at the auction? Well, sadly, not a lot, because TV cabinets struggle to sell, wall units struggle to sell, and dark dining table and chairs might sell, but it won't be much money. So how much do you think I'll get? So how much do you want it to achieve? She went, well, I'd like £100 for the 3. So, right, okay. There's something fairly not right with Chris's mic. So we're just going to pause this while we just change microphones. Yeah, so when people... so just to let you know, we have just changed our mics there, so hopefully this sounds okay.
I'm a battery drain.
I don't know, I think everything that you buy these days is crap, isn't it?
Chinese.
And they were a lot of money, them other mics. Anyway, so dining table and chairs, wall unit, TV stand, 3 hard things to sell, especially in dark wood. So I said to this particular person, so okay, what should we do? I mean, and bear in mind, this is probably the third or fourth call where they've had similar things.
Yeah.
In the last few weeks. I said, well, look, to be fair, we're going to charge you £70 plus VAT to come and pick them up. My fear is they're not going to make that much money. And then I turn around to these people all the time and say, why don't you try giving it away? Give it to a charity shop. I've already tried that. But hang on, here's the point. So I've tried giving it away to the charity shop that won't take it for free.
Yeah.
And when you put it in the auction, you want £100 for it.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, but that happens time and time again. Like you say, I've heard them phone calls, so you've got to quite diplomatically deal with that as well, because otherwise you're trying
to do the best for everybody, but ultimately you can't make things worth what they're not. And some people think that putting stuff into auction, let's take BBC TV shows, okay, mainly BBC TV shows, Antiques Road Trip, Bargain Hunt and so on. They've done the wrong way around. You don't go and buy from somewhere and put it into auction. You buy from auction to put it in somewhere to make money.
Yeah.
Auction is the warehouse. Auction is the basement. Auction is the way that you're going to get some money for something, or you're gonna sell your stuff. The vendor's going to get some money, but then ultimately the place it's going to go is an antique centre, a second-hand shop, for sale on eBay, whatever. Yeah. It's the place to make some extra money. And this is half the problem we get, is people think that they look at the auction rooms and then look at the TV shows and think, well, actually, I can put it into auction, I'll make a few quid there. It don't work like that, I'm afraid.
Apart from me, of course, which I've taken my gear out of the antique centre, put it in the auction and made more money.
It can happen.
Yeah.
It can happen.
It can, yeah.
It absolutely can happen. But it doesn't happen as often as these TV shows would like to make you think. So, it's... we want to help out everybody. We want to take things. We had a lovely call this week from a lady in Boston. And she's been following us on YouTube, loves the auction, loves the podcast, loves everything about it. And sadly, she's lost her mum, I believe. And we're going out on Tuesday, aren't we, to have a look. And she figured straight away the best place to go would be Prestige, and and that's quite nice. It's quite nice that people are getting the vibe. People are feeling what we're doing on YouTube and on social media, and trying to do things the right way. That people are actually buying into that and thinking, I want to use that as a business. How many businesses these days are rude and obnoxious? I'll give you a great example. Sorry, you tell me your bit.
No, I was just going to tell you something. I'll let you.
Because I do get accused of not shutting up.
No,
and letting you talk.
No, I was trying to think, so I didn't kind of name anybody. So I'll reword mine, I think. No, car accessory place. As you come out of here and you go, I can't really name it, can I? They sell bikes, car parts and stuff and things like that. So I wanted a 12-volt battery to take to France. Just a standard 12-volt car battery. So I went to the front and said, yeah, I just need a 12-volt car battery, please. 60 amp hour will do it. Not bothered what way the terminals are around, size or shape. I just need a 12-volt battery. What part number is it you need? No, I ain't got a part number. We need your vehicle make and registration number. It's not for a car, it's for a solar panel charging system. Just a 12-volt battery I need. We can't do anything without having your vehicle registration number, make and model. So it's not for a car. We can't supply that without vehicle registration, make and model. But the way they did it was like they weren't prepared to help at all, not even prepared to listen to what I wanted it for.
Or not even prepared to explain why that was the way they had to do things.
Yeah.
I mean, if that was well, the problem is, sir, we've had some issues where we've sold things for people, they've put it into the wrong vehicle, and it's caused an issue. So head office have now said we can't do that. Okay, I get it.
No explanation whatsoever.
Yeah.
Just a snappy response.
Yeah.
You know, whatever it is, 70, 80 quid sale. Obviously not interested.
Well, something similar happened with Lisa the other week. So I think we was going out somewhere, and it was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, but no, maybe 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And Lisa said, "You know what? I need to get my hair straightened and that. I'll nip to the hairdressers and see if they can fit me in." And so Lisa pops into the hairdressers, and it's relatively new place. I believe there was 3 people stood in there, 1 person sat in a chair. So 3 workers, 1 person sat in a chair. Any chance you can slot me in this afternoon for a wash, blow dry and straighten my hair? No, we don't do walk-ins, it's appointment only. Well, yeah, but I'm asking if you can fit me in this afternoon. So that's kind of making a point. No, we don't do walk-ins.
Oh, just abrupt as well.
Door shut, never go there again.
Yeah.
Why are these businesses acting like that?
Yeah.
Now, we have some strict rules here at Prestige. You can't just walk in with stuff and expect it to go in the auction. However, if somebody walks in, you've seen this often, especially on a Friday, people are walking, look, I've brought this thing, I've travelled 35 miles, I thought I might be able to leave it with you today. Let's see what we can do.
Always come in with a good story.
Yeah.
Like an X Factor thing or a Britain's Got Talent.
But let's see what we can do. Or somebody walks in with something, even if they've got no story, and say, wait, hang on, it's only small. Let me see if I can slot it.
Yeah, you've got to be sensible, haven't you?
You're going to try and help that person. You're going to try and help that customer walk away and think to themselves, you know what? They were good at Prestige. I like the mentality.
Chap's just been in this morning. Bought a printer on Saturday. He's got it back. He's not looked at it before he's bought it. Hasn't got an electrical lead with it. Just kettle lead. That's all it is. So he's come and seen us this morning. I don't think there was a lead with this. So we've took him out. We've got hundreds of them, haven't we?
We've found one.
We've found him a lead. He's happy as Larry.
Walk away and they come back. But I don't understand these businesses that have got these strict policies in place of, well, like the hairdressers there, we don't do walk-ins. Okay. Hi, right, unfortunately, but we're booked up solid this afternoon, but I know it's not going to help you today, but if you want to book going forward, we can get you on a regular booking and so and so. But no, it's just abrupt, no, and walk away.
Me and you don't have that problem, do we? So
no. No, head massage or something. But no, I just struggle with it. I struggle with. Let us know what you think, guys. I mean,
everybody's getting this though, and people mention this to us. Well, I get this said on Friday when I'm here on a Saturday about people having bad experiences in the town. So
it's just the town. I think it's the country over. I mean, one bit of good news I did see. I don't know if I've already mentioned this on the podcast or not. Was, believe it or not, this government doing something sounds okay. They're on about putting money hubs in towns across the country, and they're explaining how important keeping cash in society is. But all the banks are closing, cash machines are disappearing, but they're talking about vulnerable people in particular. You know, if you've got, and I'll use the example, I'm not picking on women here or anything, I'm using the example they used in the news story. You take a vulnerable woman that's in a very toxic relationship, that's being financially controlled, physically controlled and mentally controlled by a partner. Sometimes their only means of escape is to crumple up an odd £10 note that's left around until she's got enough that she can get out of there. If you're being financially controlled, where your partner can put a stop on your bank account, freeze your cards, etc., you've got no escape. And I found that story. I'd never thought of that.
That angle in particular is
that angle shows you where cash can be so important. As long as you can get somebody to take it off you.
Isn't there something being ruled now that businesses have to take cash?
No,
because I've seen something about must be some legislation they're discussing where a business has to take cash as well as other payments.
I mean, I understand. You know, we've done the cash story many times here on this podcast. We've done it to death, but I understand why some businesses are reluctant to take a lot of cash, especially around money laundering and bits and bobs like that, which is fine. I understand all that, but it's like we say here, people coming up to the coffee shop, buying a 60p bar of chocolate or a 60p bag of crisps and getting the card out. I mean, in a packet of crisps, you've probably got 5p profit. So straight away, I'm going to lose 1.5p plus commission to the card company. It's not where I'm actually selling that on behalf of the card company at that point.
Yeah, they're making the money.
It's bad enough.
That reminds me, I bought a couple of boxes of crisps.
Did you?
Yeah.
Was any good?
Yeah.
Which ones did you have?
Jalapeno and something else.
You say mine there. I'm halfway through the Longhorn, so to speak.
Are you on the big bag or the small bag?
I'm on the little bags at the minute.
I was smashing in the big bag last night.
Was you? Oh yeah, haven't got that. Cheap crisps. But no, I think there's so many reasons why cash is important and why why we shouldn't just.
You can't get rid of cash.
Well, you think about it. You think about it as an auction business where you're working on commission. We try and keep our commission rates as low as possible. Lots of people I spoke to during this week in particular have said to me, God, your commission's reasonable. That are ringing from away for the special sale. Your commission's reasonable. Yeah, we try and keep it reasonable for a reason, as we keep the place busy. But then you're working on a 10% commission from the seller, 15% from the buyer. You have the buyer there paying their fees with a card. Straight away, you're losing a percentage of that. But here's the thing with an auction room, you're losing a percentage of the buyer's money. So if the seller's money, so if they've paid £300 for something, they're paying you 300 plus commission with a card. You're having to stand the cost of the percentage of the seller's money as well that they've paid for. People don't look at it like this. They just go, they just beep, 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 beep all the bleeding time.
Yeah.
I'm just like, good God. And then they all complain about the banks and everything. But it's these people that are making the banks richer continuously.
Have you got Apple Pay or whatever on your phone?
I have, yes.
I haven't.
See, now, I have it for a reason. I very rarely use it. But I have a card attached to my phone. Because if you're useless like I am, and it happened recently.
You broadcast it all over this.
I got to the shop, and I was like, where's my wallet? It's on my side, but I picked my phone up.
Right.
So, use my phone. Didn't want to.
Should be carrying cash.
I forgot it. That was the problem. Wouldn't mind so much, I was only 200 yards from home. For once, I hadn't used Snappy Shopper or Whoosh or Deliveroo. But I've stopped using that as well because I've just realised what a rip-off they are. And did we cover this in the podcast?
Yeah, we did.
About how the pricing structure for the items is totally different.
Yeah.
On those, or that's what it seems. I
went. Car park here as well.
Oh, don't start me off about the car park.
They're charging extra to use the app. You'd think it'd be the same price, wouldn't you?
The what?
It's £3 to park all day.
Yeah.
Or it's £3.55 if you pay for parking on the app.
So they're actually giving you an incentive to use cash?
Yeah.
I don't get it. We had an issue at the auction this week. We may even get on to talk about kids' TV shows on this. I told you it was going to be lengthy. We had an issue at the auction this week. So we've been talking about the bus lane for long enough now. And the bus lane is supposed to be a decision being made on that at some point. I'm not sure which way it's going to go. But one of the things we're complaining about is how unworkable it would be for Prestige if we can't unload on the front. And this week it happened.
Yeah.
So this week on Tuesday, I believe it was, They decided to mend the traffic lights outside. No advance warning, no nothing.
And they're new. Them traffic lights are new.
Yeah, well...
Because the guy took them out in the car, didn't he, only last year?
Yeah, they spent the whole day down here. I was out on a quote somewhere. Later on, we've got a problem. Can't unload the van. Well, why can't we unload the van? They've shut it down to one lane. So think about the bus lane now. So we've shut it down to one lane. Where the bus lane would be, that's the lane they're using. But that's where we park to do the offload. Dean quite politely went out to the guys that were doing the work and said, look, we need to get a van unloaded. Is there anything we can do? And he went, you haven't got a loading bay on the front, mate. Attitude straight away. You haven't even got a loading bay on the front. You've got double ears. That's the only place you can unload. But it's not an unloaded bay, is it? So no, we haven't got to give you advance notice and we're going to be here all day. So we couldn't unload the van. So what did we have to do? We had to get, I mean, luckily, it's not as big an auction this week. We had to get extra staff. We had to move all the things in the auction room to unload at the back of the building, to load it through another business, because that's a separate business, remember, to get it through to the front of the building.
Yeah, that's a nightmare.
And they had 3 vans to do that day. Now, that's the problem we're going to have. And that's the problem we're not going to have, because if it goes ahead, we won't be here.
Yeah.
Simple as. It is as simple as that.
But even if they postpone it for now, you know they're going to come back with it.
Yeah, you do, because they just...
And
then strangely enough, lots of interesting things have been happening around the area as well. Gangs of traffic enforcement officers.
Yeah.
They're now on about putting double yellow lines down Levington Street and so on. I believe that's the case anyway. So that it's like they're going to cut off all your parking options in the area, force you into the car park.
Yes, yeah.
When actually, improve the area, make it better. Lots more people will come to the area and they'll use the car park. I mean, just if anyone's interested.
It's like the targeting the area, isn't it?
Yeah. North East Links Council are doing an open forum online on Wednesday night, the 25th, if anyone wants to jump on and talk about bus lanes are out, then put your questions in. But I'm sure they'll I think you have to put your question in first. I'm sure they'll handpick the ones that suit them. Anyway, there you go. I have no trust.
It's question time, won't it?
Yeah, I have no trust anymore. I just don't. And it's a real shame, because we've done everything we can for this area. But anyway.
Maybe we need to get a bus. Then we can park the bus outside, pretend it's waiting to pick people up and offload from it.
That's it.
Yeah. Solved.
We'll get rid of the Luton van.
Yeah.
We'll take all the steps and all the chairs and everything out of the double-decker bus, and we'll park it on the front and unload.
Yeah.
Happy days.
I could be like Jonesy.
Well done, Bagpuss. You put that into Chris's head, didn't you? What's that one?
Jelly babies again.
So he thinks to the bus lane. Anyway, we promised you a subject this week, one that me and Chris are quite excited about. Now, I'm not quite sure how we're going to do this, whether we're going to actually go to the computer and look at some of these, or whether we're going to talk about them and I might actually add some bits in during the edit. But if I get a chance to edit it today, that is.
You've got loads of time. You're not doing anything this afternoon.
No, nothing at all. Nothing at all. So, of course, we look at things like, like this chap here, Basil, and Bagpuss, and why do you like these things? Well, because they take you back to a time. They take you back to a time when everything was simple in your life, you as a kid, and I think the first thing to remember as adults, especially talking to the new generations of kids, is that we didn't have 24/7 TV.
No.
We had initially BBC One, BBC Two and ITV.
Yeah.
We didn't even have Channel 4 at that point.
Was that 90s or
80s?
Late 80s?
No, the Channel 4 came in the early 80s.
Right.
Because I still lived in Claythorpes before when that came in. Because I remember you go into Channel 4 and there was the big 4 with all the different colours on it, so coming soon. And
we used to get that opening screen, didn't we? That multicoloured screen in the morning or after. When it went to snow.
Yeah.
And then they put that multicoloured screen in.
Yeah. See, just thinking on TV there, another thing that happened that everyone seems to forget about as well is the TV channels used to shut down at a certain time. So you'd be sat there each week with your radio and TV times, because one was for one and one was for the other back in the day, before they showed everything or whatever they did. Anyway, so you'd be sat there with that. Then at 11:30, there might be something on for an hour. Sort of 12:30, the BBC shut down. And what used to happen when it shut down every day?
It had a screen that then just used to disappear into snow.
But something else happened before that. I'm giving these chance to type it in before we actually say it. There was something that happened.
I'd have been in bed by then.
At BBC One at the end of every day. So.
Was it Big Ben?
No, it was the national anthem.
Really?
They played the national anthem. It was and everyone stood up saluting, and all the rest of it. At the end of every day was the national anthem on the BBC. But that's not what we're talking about. It was just something that happened. So, of course, I keep doing this because I'm conscious that that's going to rub up on my chins. Chins.
That's why I put mine down there.
Yeah, I put the wrong top on. I've got Team Laser top on, good God. But when we were kids, you had set times for children's programmes. And that was mid-morning to, sort of daytime TV and around the lunchtime. And some of those TV shows that happened around there were the ones that we're going to talk about. BBC and, of course, ITV did different things. And then your kids' TV would start then around 4 o'clock. And it would finish around 5:30.
Yeah.
5:30, 6 time.
With news round.
Yeah, news round. John Craven. Anyway. And then you would have Saturday morning TV.
Yeah.
Swap Shop, Tiswas, that sort of thing. And then other than that was about it. But occasionally, just occasionally, you'd be sat there watching telly and they'd be running ahead or whatever and they'd put a cartoon on.
Yeah.
Tom and Jerry.
Yeah.
Oh, and you'd be like, and as a little kid, you're like, oh, there's a cartoon on. Oh, cool.
Looney Tunes.
Looney Tunes. I mean, Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
So
they were like little fill-ins in between things, weren't they?
And then you would get all these different things. But so the way kids TV has evolved from where it used to be when we were kids to where it is now, I don't think today's kids would get the stuff that we watched. Do you?
No, I don't. It was just so relevant to that time, weren't it?
I mean, I can imagine saying to my grandkids, oh, watch this. What is it? Rhubarb and custard.
Yeah, because weren't there a lot of the stuff about LSD and drug taking?
Well, I think there was a lot of hidden stuff within there. I mean, there was talk about Captain Pugwash, of course.
Yeah.
And Captain Pugwash was one of those which, I mean, I personally thought it was crap.
It weren't my favourite, but it got some funny characters in it.
It got some strange names in there, apparently, although I've never fact-checked that.
Right.
Because people talk about there was semen stains and masturbates and all the rest of it, but I've never actually fact-checked if that was true. I don't think it was.
Your Google search will look pretty weird,
I don't think that could have been true, but people sort of laugh about it now.
If you're researching that, whatever you do, don't put it onto images. Just have it on AI.
Right, so if I give you a bit of a tune, you've got to guess the kids' TV program.
Oh, I'm ready.
You ready? What the hell was Rainbow all about?
Well, it was right. The fact about Rainbow was funny. Is I think it would Bungle, right?
Where did the name come from?
When Bungle was out in the daytime, he was naked but put some pyjamas on to go to bed. That's a bit weird.
That was a bit weird, yeah.
And Rod, Jane and Freddie.
Well, they were like the fill-ins, weren't they? Rod, Jane and Freddie would come in and do
a little tune.
Different things. There was a lot of, when we were kids, there was always a rumour, wasn't there, that they'd made some sort of adult film. I don't know if that was ever true. But all the kids used to talk about it in the playground. Have you seen that Rod, Jane and Freddie film?
and the rude Rainbow. the one that they've overdubbed is just epic.
Oh, some of those are absolutely.
It's that one about him twanging his twanger.
Oh, there's some
That's the
funny
one.
stuff in there.
Yeah.
I mean, you had George,
Yeah.
the pink thing, wasn't it? Was it a hippo?
Hippopotamus,
Was it
yeah.
a hippo? What was Zippy? What was it?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't really know, do you? But it was a bit of a gobshite, wasn't it? They just zip him up like that.
What is Zippy meant to be? Because
I don't know.
the other things, like Bungle was a bear, wasn't he?
Yeah. So what was the name of the guy in it?
Oh no. Was it Jeffrey?
Oh, Jeffrey. Yeah, it was Jeffrey. It
Jeffrey.
must be. Yeah,
It's Jeffrey.
Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then you got Bungle the bear, and Rod, Jane, and Freddie, which sort of.
Zippy was a bit edgy, wasn't he? He was like, it must be ADH or something like that.
Yeah, he would definitely have a statement.
Yeah.
He'd be getting loads of money. Yeah, whoever owns Zippy would be loaded.
It would be, wouldn't
He'd get nothing like, but they'd have a good life.
Yeah.
20 fags.
he? Come on, Rainbow. Done me 16 hours.
So we had Rainbow. Well, there's one that always used to, if you was ever off school sick, bottle of Lucasade.
Yeah.
If you was ever off school...
Crinkly wrapper.
Yeah. And if you was ever off school sick, a bowl next to you as well, usually the washing up bowl.
Yeah.
And you'd watch a bit of daytime TV. And then Bod would come on.
I've got a fun fact about Bod.
What's your fun fact about Bod? Who remembers Bod?
No, it's not my fun fact. But Bod was barred at some point
Why?
from being repeated. I've not got to the bottom of it.
Well,
But
Bod,
it don't come up much. If you try and research Bod,
not
it
much
don't,
there.
don't come up much.
So
no.
Bod would come on like this, just a little
Yeah.
walk, wasn't it? They all did, and he would always have a milkshake.
Yeah.
Well, and you'd guess as a kid, what milkshake is he going to have today? And he was going to go, is it strawberry, chocolate, or something else?
Banana.
And you're all like, and you know, I mean, you can almost see as kids, you're like, oh, I think it's going to be banana. As adults, you'd be like, let's have a pot, right? £1 in each. Whoever gets it. But Bod was a bit strange, and I don't kind of understand how people came up with some of these ideas. Mr. Ben.
That's my fun fact. How many episodes of Mr. Ben were made?
Go on.
14,
Yeah.
and they repeated it twice a year for 21 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Somebody put online about this week. Did you see the comment about Bagpuss?
They didn't make many, did they?
13, I think
Yeah.
it was. About 13 episodes, that was it.
And it sent like more, didn't it?
And somebody actually put the phrase on from the beginning, the thing the first said, that I'd forgot about. And it really made me smile when I read it, when it goes, Bagpuss is a clapped out old cat sort of thing, but he's loved by Emily. And I remembered them words or something. I'd forgot about them. And then after all these years, that just came back to me, and I was like, oh, wow. But Professor Yaffle, or whatever he was called, he was a bit scary, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, he was. It's like he was like
an headmaster.
Well, he would sort of morphed into the fireplace in it, or whatever it was, or the library, or whatever it was, and all of a sudden he's alive. And
you have them little glasses on that used to look down like that.
Yeah, a bit like them sort of 70s teachers did. We didn't know what they was looking at. So good old Bagpuss there, and but Bagpuss was another strange one, sort of surrounded by stories. But it wouldn't be right to talk about kids' TV shows without talking about two iconic ones. Trumpton. Do you remember Trumpton?
I do remember Trumpton.
Sort of this mythical little village, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And was Trumpton? Did Trumpton have Windy Miller in it? What did Windy Miller come in?
Trumpton was the fireman.
Yeah. Who had Windy Miller in it?
Camberwick Green.
Camberwick Green.
Yeah. Because he used to get drunk, the Windy Miller, didn't he? He used to have some cider and then would have a little lay down.
Yeah. And he'd be...
That's it.
And you'd like, I mean, under health and safety reasons, kids, if a big windmill is going around like that, you shouldn't walk in between.
Especially not when you're drunk.
Especially when you're pissed.
I think he might have got him once and he went round on it. I seem to remember that one.
I think that was probably something that did happen, but Windy Miller, he sort of stood there and you sort of talk about stereotyping people. It's this sort of bit of straw, long cloak.
From Devon.
From Devon. Which apparently they still look the same to this day.
And they've still got 3 fingers like they have in Trumpton.
Oh, dear me.
Do you remember the mayor on Trumpton?
No.
There was a mayor. They were weird faced as well, weren't they? Didn't like have any holes in the noses or ears and stuff. Weird.
Oh, it's very, very odd.
Yeah.
What about just moving on? Maybe I want to move back actually, because you always had at the end of the day on BBC, I believe it was. You always had like a real short one, which of course was rhubarb and custard.
Yeah.
But you also had Ivor the Engine.
It's on my list. It's on my check with a pen. I need to screw them off my list. We're not doing bad actually.
Ivor, it was all Welsh.
Yeah, all Welsh, yeah.
Ivor the Engine.
Did that morph into Thomas then?
Well, actually, the reason I thought about Ivor, because I just thought about Thomas, and I thought there was one before that. There was Ivor the Engine, which was...
Was it Willie Russell?
I don't know.
Do you remember him?
No. I remember his cousin, Willie Warmer.
They look similar.
So...
Ivor the Engine.
and I can't remember a lot about it. I just remember it being there.
Yeah.
It's My Blue Light Storm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, but then, of course, Thomas the Tank Engine comes along, and Thomas the Tank Engine was good. Well, why was it good? Well, originally because it was narrated by an ex-Beatle.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Was it Ringo Starr?
Ringo.
So that was quite good in itself, but I don't think the kids realised it was actually narrated by an ex-Beatle because they didn't really know who they were.
And then they took it on and franchised it off like crazy, didn't they?
Well, Thomas the Tank Engine became a monster, didn't it? Let's be honest. Thomas the Tank Engine, there was nothing you couldn't buy. Even I think my eldest lad Stephen, I think he had a Thomas the Tank Engine bedroom. You know, it was just so great. They used to love it when Thomas the Tank Engine came off. But true to life in kids' TV shows, sometimes they make them quite true to life. So you had lovely little Thomas there, who was a little tank engine that liked pulling Annabelle and somebody around, whatever it was called, the 2 little coaches. But you always had a nasty engine, didn't you?
Yeah.
But it's a bit like life, isn't it? You have the nice kids, you always have one nasty kid.
There was a grumpy old boy in there, wasn't he?
Gordon, I believe it was called. Now, I believe that Gordon is a moron. Oh, dear. And he's been going out of a girl, and her name is Julie. But anyway, moving on.
I've got another one.
Come on,
Right.
tell me something I haven't thought.
I've got a little list here. So we've done Captain Pugwash. Do you remember Chorlton and the Wheelies?
No. Is that a Yorkshire one?
No, it went nationwide.
Morris and the Miners.
They were like Weebly things. Remember the Weebles?
Weebles.
They were like Weebly things, but they had wheels on them, and they used to race around.
No, don't remember that one.
No.
Give us some more.
Right. Famous Five. The Adventures of the Famous Five.
I was never really into that.
I remember that one. Now I've got a super one here, and I want to know if anybody else remembers watching this. I remember watching it, and for years I couldn't remember what it was called, because I've done my research. Children of Fire Mountain.
No.
See, it's in New Zealand, and they've got all these thermal springs, and all the Maoris were out, like all the big noses and earrings in and spears and stuff. Then there were all these like colonial kids running around as well, like, you know, with the deerstalker hats on and elephant guns. I'm trying to look after this mountain.
No, don't remember that one.
No. Hong Kong Phooey.
Hong Kong Phooey. Number 1 super guy. quicker than the human eye. Hong Kong Phooey was ace.
He was. It was at the same time as Danger Mouse.
Well, I mean, I think he was probably a little bit before Danger Mouse.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but I mean, he was a janitor.
And he lived in a filing cabinet, didn't he?
Yeah, he cleaned for a living, and then all of a sudden, superhero. Brilliant.
Captain Caveman.
Captain. That was a bit strange, that one, wasn't it? Captain Caveman.
Yeah. He got no neck, had he? Remember, he got like.
Skin like me. But you remember the person or the character.
Yeah.
But could I remember anything about the shows? No. Unlike, sorry, just take you off a tangent.
Clubbed people.
Unlike, he had been clubbed, didn't he? Hey, what a working man's club.
Now we call them vigilantes.
But just going off that, so very similar to Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
So Scooby-Doo would be, each week they're out in the mystery machine solving mysteries, and you've got sort of this. It could never happen. It could never happen, because when you were
real.
You had. Don't say that. When you was at school, or even to your younger sort of teenage years and whatnot, you had groups of kids. You had the cool kids, yeah.
Yeah.
You had the non-cool kids. This is 70s, 80s, yeah. You had sort of the smelly kids. You had categories.
Yeah, you did.
You had categories, and you hung around with your category.
Yeah.
Yeah. But when you look at Scooby-Doo, you had a semi-decent looking bloke.
Yeah.
And a really good looking woman.
Yeah.
Then a nerdy girl.
That's right.
A hippie.
Yeah.
And a stupid dog. It would have never have come together, would it?
Like the Misfits all together.
Yeah.
Like the Goonies, I suppose.
But they all had their own things, and that, who was the girl with the glasses?
Thelma or Daphne?
Daphne was the good looking one.
Thelma. I'm going Thelma.
Thelma. I don't know. But I actually now know in my life where she was at. If I lose my glasses, I'm like, I can't see a thing.
But true to life now, Daphne would probably be like massive, piled a little bit of weight, and Thelma would have sorted herself out, and she'd just swap round. She would now be the attractive one.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's maybe true.
If we age Scooby-Doo.
Well, of course they had to bring it up to date a little bit. So they introduced Scrappy, didn't they? Which was like the annoying little friend dog, whatever.
And didn't they always do that thing? What have I got?
He's reaching for props.
Didn't they always do that thing where they went? Who's done it?
It was Chris. It was definitely Chris. Yeah. So Scooby-Doo was just a strange one, wasn't it? Really, misfit load of kids.
Ran for years as well.
Yeah, I mean, and it's been extremely popular. I mean, when me and Lisa went over to Florida, Universal Studios, they've got a big Scooby-Doo section, and
because they made a real life version of it as well, didn't they? They weren't just a cartoon.
Yeah, there was the real life versions were just a little bit different, weren't they?
Yeah.
I'm sure they pulled the hood off at the end. So what else did we have on the list?
Right, we've been through Scooby. Hair Bear Bunch.
Hair Bear Bunch, good God, yeah, I remember that.
I don't remember much about it, but I remember watching it. Got a theme tune or something, hasn't it?
Yes, yeah. I think my parents had a record with all the theme tunes on as kids, and Hair Bear Bunch featured on the front of that.
Yeah, Mr. Man one was on it, wasn't it? I remember.
Mr. Man,
yeah.
Mr. Men. That was another dinner time one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mr. Men, and you was always sitting there as a kid thinking, I wonder who it'll be today.
Yeah, there was that bloke who got one of them really, really long hands. And he was like,
it was the name of the author then.
Roger
Hargreaves, wasn't it? Yeah.
God, and it stick.
There's certain bits in it because you pick them kids up. We don't do that. You pick them books. You pick them books up when you was a kid, and of course it always said it on the bottom, wasn't it? Roger Hargreaves.
We don't see many Mr. Men books.
We haven't for a while. We used to have the big collections, and Little Miss we see more than anything, which was sort of a spin-off, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But
Jabba Jaws. It was like a shark kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't really remember that one.
Yeah, then there was Flipper.
Was that the dolphin?
That's the Australian one, yeah.
Yeah.
Something about it's faster than lightning or something like that, whatever. Well, like a Lassie kind of take off.
Lassie, there's another one. Well, that was more feature films, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they were on. Were they on Saturdays mid-morning, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Land of the Lost. That was a bit of a feature-y series type thing.
Land of the Lost.
Yeah, they were like in jungle kind of stuff, fighting off dinosaurs and pterodactyls and things.
No, I don't remember that.
Bit epic that. One of my favourites now. I love this. In fact, I ought to get it on DVD. I could watch it again. Huckleberry Finn and Friends.
Huckleberry Finn.
Adventures.
Remember the name?
No.
Was it a cartoony type thing?
No, it was just like a proper program.
Yeah, but one of your favourite programmes was
Little House on Prairie at Walton.
hang on. You can't change the name of it. It was Little House on the Prairie. There was never a Yorkshire version of Little House on Prairie.
I think we could overdub that. Go on, get some water. Oh, well.
Dear me.
Right, it was ace that.
Okay.
Right, I'm on one now. Kids of Degrassi Street.
No.
I think that sounds like a in the hood version of Sesame Street to me. I don't remember much.
The grass. They all smoke grass down there.
You'll love this one. Finger Bobs.
I do remember Finger Bobs.
It's like it's forgotten, isn't it?
Finger Bobs. Good
Yeah.
God. Hey, there was another one that used to be on, and it was only ever on in the kids' holidays. Why don't you?
Why don't you? Yeah.
Is it on there?
Why don't you go out and do something more useful instead of sitting down watching the TV? That's what they used to do. Keep the telly out.
Yeah, whilst making a TV programme.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you? Good God, yeah. What else you got on your list?
Magpie.
Magpie, I do remember that.
Maggie Philbin.
Maggie Philbin, yeah. Yeah, remember that one?
Yeah. Rent-A-Ghost.
Rent-A-Ghost. No, that was the woman that was in Corro, wasn't it?
Audrey.
Is she still in Corro?
It's Audrey Roberts.
Audrey, Rent-A-Ghost. Good. And didn't they used to pinch their noses or something, or?
There was that bloke who looked like Jeremy Corbyn, weren't there? With the
Jeremy Corbyn.
stripy top on and the shoes, that jester bloke.
Jeremy Corbyn.
That were him. That was quite good, that.
Yeah.
She were a witch in it, weren't she, Audrey Roberts?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was. So what else we got?
Take Art. He were ace, wasn't he?
Take Art, yeah. Morph. I mean, let's face it, half the reason you used to watch Take Art was for Morph, wasn't it? You know, Morph.
No sexual organs.
And of course, what?
Morph, he didn't have anything.
No, didn't. And he used to have this mate, didn't he?
Yeah.
He used to come in and wind him up. Again, bullying and stuff like that happens all the time. What else?
Crackerjack.
Crackerjack was fantastic.
No,
It's Friday. It's 5 to 5. Something like that, wasn't it?
Didn't they load them up with gear?
Yeah, so it was the thing. Yeah, they wanted to get all these prizes at the end because, of course, kids had note in them days. So, and there's like start. If they got a question wrong, did they have to order cabbage or something? And
yeah,
I can't remember.
Yeah. Mike Reed's Runaround, was that on Crackerjack or was it different?
No, Runaround was a completely different show. Yeah, because he had that sort of real deep voice, didn't he? It's Trevor. What was that?
I think he's failed.
He's a cattle. He's got the same accent as Mike Reid.
1 banana, 2 banana, 3 banana.
Oh, don't put that song in my head. The Banana Splits. That was very American, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was
like the Monkeys.
American. It just sort of came in and all the kids were like loving it. But the thing is, kids followed kids shows because there wasn't much else, was there?
Yeah.
You know, there was all these, and sort of as you started going away from what you call kiddie shows, then you started having things more like the A-Team and
Grange Hill.
Do you remember? Well, Grange Hill was brilliant, of course. Grange Hill was an absolute classic. There's no doubt about that. But there was one on a Saturday morning. I want to say it was called B.J. McKay, and the song was B.J. McKay and his best friend Bear. There you go. Answers on a postcard. See if you know what that one is. I can't remember. I used to drive a lorry or something. Then, of course, you know, other things that were very similar, sort of Knight Rider, Dukes of Hazzard, and them shorts, Daisy Dukes, and all these sort of shows came around for anyway, Carol.
Where are we? Flumps.
The Flumps. Wow. Yes, they've got them now.
Yeah.
I've got them, yeah. The Flumps. They had a really horrible, really boring theme tune, didn't they?
Yeah.
I can't remember it now.
Button Moon.
We're off to Button Moon.
Yeah. Which proved there was a moon landing.
Obviously. Dana tell us that. Mr. Spoon, Button Moon.
And the moon was this big and the characters were like this big, so you could only get 3 of them on the moon.
So if we're on the moon, we've got to do...
Mooncat.
No.
What?
What were them things on the moon?
Clangers.
Clangers.
Yeah.
The Clangers, they were on the moon, weren't they?
Were.
The Clangers.
That's
the Clangers.
That's the drug thing.
Yeah, I mean, where were all these names coming from?
Yeah, that's a drug thing, like Magic Roundabout and stuff. Jamie and his magic torch.
Kind of remember the name, but don't kind of remember it happening, if that makes sense.
He used to come down a slide and then morph into something else.
Yeah.
An adventure, I think. The Herbs.
Now, Lisa remembers these because she's talked about it, the Herbs, I'm sure she has.
It was from that era, but it was like... I remember it, but only just.
And if you ever watch a good clip from Ali G, when he's talking to a drugs officer, he goes, and he's talking about different names, and then one of them he goes, the Herb, the Maui Maui. So you know where these people's heads are at, don't you?
Yeah, they've grown up with this.
Yeah.
Did we do Swap Shop?
We kind of touched upon it on the start. I mean, Swap Shop, of course. Noel Edmonds. I mean, Noel Edmonds, let's face it, Noel Edmonds was a humongous name, wasn't he? And, you know, he's one of the few that have stayed away from any controversy over the years.
He fell out with the banks, didn't he? And then that was it.
Yeah, he sort of stayed away from all the controversy that there's been around other people of that era.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the thing is, you had Swap Shop, and of course you had the real strange person to me as a kid on there was Keith Chegwin.
Oh yeah, Cheggers.
Cheggers plays pop, and he just had one of them voices that was like, you watched his shows because there's no else on, but almost like John Craven.
Yeah, I remember Cheggers' voice. Almost as annoying as Terry Christian.
Terry Christian.
Yeah.
Terry Christian was the music show, wasn't it? The Tube.
The Tube.
Was it the Tube? Yeah. But no, News Round was another bit of because it was within the kids' showtime. It was almost like trying to get kids interested in news, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it was quite good. I used to enjoy News Round.
But of course, there's one thing, if you're in or in that area, you've got to mention, and it was like the big show of the day.
Jack and Ori.
Blue Peter.
Yeah.
Blue Peter was huge, and every week they would make something that you never had the materials for.
Yeah.
Didn't they?
Yeah. We're
gonna make a Christmas light. You need 2 metal coat hangers. Mum, we got any no. And that was that. We got any tinsel? No. We got any of that white glue that you don't see anymore? No. We got any candles? No. And the one thing you absolutely needed, right, was a fire extinguisher, and they never mentioned it.
Get to Saturday evening and you go, Where's my washing up bottle go?
Honestly, it's just the whole thing was just.
Kids are there, aren't they, with scissors and grinders and knives and stuff and things.
They did so much on Blue Peter, didn't they? Of course, they'd go out and they had the Blue Peter garden.
Yeah, and that tortoise.
I wonder who's buried in there.
They did dig that up.
Yeah, they did I remember them doing the time capsule they put in there, and then was it 20, 30 odd years later they dug it up and had a look at it and realised that all that stuff was worth money on eBay at that point.
We can't mention Blue Peter without giving the big shout out to Joey Deacon.
Well, Joey Deacon, I mean, when Joey Deacon went on the show and everyone knew about it, this is where people got a bit flippant about the name and that.
Yeah.
And but Joey Deacon, that one particular piece on that show did a hell of a lot for disabled people.
It was absolute.
But let's not forget, at that same time on TV, you used to have shows on for disabled people.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of it, but there was one guy in particular that used to do a Sunday morning show that was for the disabled, and so we talk these days about how we look after the disabled and how we should do this and do that, but I don't really see them having their own shows anymore.
Inclusivity was there back in the 70s.
Well, it absolutely was.
Yeah.
They had their own cars, them blue ones, didn't they? If you remember,
I love one of them.
they're worth a few quid now. They are,
If you struck a match, the old Swan Vestas.
Yeah.
If you struck a match and stuck it on top of them, it would stick in. So you could make one into an hedgehog look-alike. You remember that?
Yeah, it was the era that we grew up in. I still say it was the best. And I mean, every sort of generation does say the same thing. But when my kids were growing up, sorry, there got any more on the list?
There's not loads. We got the Flintstones.
Yeah.
Which went forever and ever. Wacky Races. One I remember. Don't you open that trapdoor.
Trapdoor. Kenneth Williams.
Yeah. Oh, Will the Wisp.
Was that Kenneth Williams? Will o' the Wisp.
Will o' the Wisp. It's not on my list. I've lost that one.
Yeah, Will o' the Wisp.
He's done that too well.
Oh, we've only got one mic on.
Is it me?
One's not connected. Let me look at your mic.
It's a conspiracy. I've run out.
Yeah, your mic's gone off again.
It'll pick it up.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. It will get everything. I'll just... I can't get it back on again now.
No, I've done them all now.
I'll hold it there in the middle so it picks us up both up. I don't know, we're having a bit of a mic problem today. So when you sort of look at the Will o' the Wisp, the Trapdoors, we had some great TV shows.
Yeah.
But what I was going to say about my own kids as they was growing up, we started watching things on the telly like Johnny Bravo and the Jetsons, and I remember watching Johnny Bravo and them using words that I wouldn't have thought would have been allowed in our childhood TV shows, like farted and stuff like that.
Yeah, it moves on, doesn't it?
And you're sort of, have I just heard that right?
Yeah.
You're sort of taken back by it, with it being a kids' TV show, and they sort of started using different terminology for things, and obviously stuff that we were brought up to be told that's not right.
Yeah.
That all of a sudden was okay.
It's like as you get older, different things come in that were once sort of like you say, were banned or like frowned upon. They just move into everyday language now, don't they?
Yeah. Anyway, right. Well, I think that just about brings everything to an end today. We've done that to death.
What was your favourite?
What was my favourite kids' TV show? It had to be Grange Hill. Grange Hill was something that I looked forward to a lot. And I think the reason being was Grange Hill was extremely true to the times.
Yeah, he was quite... School was like that, weren't it?
You had the good-looking girls, the not-so-good-looking girls, the good-looking lads that were favourites and weren't, and you had the bullies. And, it really picked up on everything that a school kid was going through.
And the teachers were very lifelike, weren't they?
Yeah.
They could have been them.
Yeah.
It was accurate, definitely.
I mean, I see Mrs. McCluskey in Midsummer the other week, so that's what happened to her.
It doesn't matter what you see them in afterwards, they're always that person.
They're always that person. You can understand why some actors sort of talk about getting typecast, don't they?
Yeah.
If you stay in a role for too long. I mean, Leslie Grantham was always Dirty Den.
Yeah.
And so on. I think it's probably worse for soap actors because I can't remember the last time I watched a soap. I really can't. I haven't watched a soap for years and years and years. I just don't get them anymore. I think it was something I used to do when I had not much time, when I had a lot of time on my hands.
I did see a clip of about 20 seconds of EastEnders about a week back, and the first thing I thought was, it hasn't changed. It's the same storyline.
Yeah.
It's like
they do kind of just revolve it round and round, don't they?
Yeah.
And of course, people were talking the other week about is it Corro versus Emmerdale or meets Emmerdale?
Right.
Wasn't there a car crash or something, and they had different actors from each one, so they sort of brought it in together, which is probably something a little bit different. But of course, the soap of the day when we were kids, apart from Corro, of course, because EastEnders wasn't on the go at that point, that didn't come until the 80s, was Crossroads.
Benny.
So you had the sort of the quite la-di-da owner, Miss Diane, who Benny fancied. Oh, Miss Diane.
And his hat.
And he had that tea cosy hat, didn't he? And no, everything about TV has changed. And of course, the thing is, these days, you would sit there in 1985, 86, and you've got 4 channels and going, I'll watch that. And now we've got 150 channels, and we flick through it all and go, no on.
Yeah, they fancy that.
There's no on.
Yeah.
We've had more entertainment than we've ever had. Listen, everybody, thank you ever so much for watching All Things Auction, the podcast, where me and Chris spoke a little bit about auctions, but mainly about TV shows.
I'm fed up of auctions. I'm going to go and get some DVDs now.
Yeah, anyway, hopefully we've brought a few memories back to one or two of you, thinking about some of the things that crop up. We had some great times when we was kids, I think. The 70s and 80s weren't that bad. Not for me, anyway. We had nothing, but ultimately, we had some decent stuff on the telly.
I'll go back tomorrow.
What do you say, Bagpuss?
Not a lot.
And what do you say? He says, oh, well, hello. Listen, everybody, have a great week. Do some buying, do some selling. It's big auction day tomorrow. 1,150 lots, including all that booze tomorrow, so do join into the live tomorrow. Say goodbye, Chris.
Goodbye, Chris.
And we'll see you all very soon at the auction.